this debate.
Let me finish.
And he will not let anyone else speak. And if that's how these shows work, no. You are rude, you are a bully, you just are trying to interrupt people. I'm going to have a chance to speak, or there's no point in doing this show. He did this last time and you allowed him to, but I won't allow him to, because I will never be bullied by a bully.
At the moment,
let me be clear.
Wait a minute. No one's allowing me to answer your question.
What happens when two intellectual titans decide that civilized debate is for the weak? You get the most unhinged, jaw-dropping verbal destruction ever caught on camera. These aren't just heated exchanges. They're career-ending moments where reputations get obliterated in real time. Smash that subscribe button if you love watching intellectual giants self-destruct. And drop a comment on which moment made your jaw hit the floor the hardest.
Civilians. That's effectively what we're saying. If the trajectory continues as it is, then you have to kill 3 million Palestinian civilians in order to kill 30,000 Hamas fighters. If you want to extinguish them, eviscerate them, annihilate them, destroy them, you have to do that. Now you have Herzog, who is the president that you interviewed, saying that all Palestinians, they are responsible. This man is being more slippery. He's being more slippery than the lubricants that he sells in his daughter's sex shop. And that's the reality of the situation.
Did you really just say that? You know, you seem obsessed with Jewish sex. It's bizarre. Yesterday, you actually spoke about Ben Shapiro's wife.
Yes,
you actually you said to Ben Shapiro, your wife's a carrot. Well, you're more of a man. Is that what you're trying to say?
All right.
Then you said that Jews have BDSM. You're speaking about sexual lubricants while people are dying. You know, Mohammed, get your head out of the Jewish bedroom. It's really bizarre.
Let me get it?
Let me be clear.
No.
Sexual lubricants? How embarrassing.
You sell dildos.
Can we get it back? Can we get it back to the topic?
You speak about 5-year-old girls being ready for sex.
Listen,
let's go back to the issue. Let's go back to the issue.
Let me ask a question.
Why are you shaking? I've got a vibrator in your pocket.
Come on, it's a serious debate.
I think he's got one of his daughter's vibrators in his
Come on, leave it, please.
You are just humiliating yourself.
We're going to cut all this
back to the issue.
We'll cut all this stuff out. So there's no point.
Why? Leave it. People should see what he represents.
There's no point abusing each other personally.
Okay, Piers.
I want to stick to the debate.
Let's get to the debate.
You don't want to do it? We'll end the debate.
Let's get to the debate.
Let me ask Mohammed a question. Right. I don't disagree with you that so far it seems to me, obviously, a fact that many, many more Palestinian civilians, innocent people, are getting killed as retribution by the Israelis for what happened on
Absolute television carnage. The sex shop insult wasn't just crossing a line. It was detonating the entire concept of civilized debate. When family businesses and daughters become weapons, you know you've entered uncharted territory. The rabbi's counterattack with child abuse allegations was pure character assassination, designed to end careers and destroy reputations permanently. The AIDS descriptions were so graphic, they made viewers physically uncomfortable. Morgan's desperation to save his show was palpable. Even seasoned broadcasters have limits. Pure verbal brutality that left everyone speechless and viewers absolutely riveted.
Doesn't have a thing. I just want to see if we can get to any points of agreement. Right? We've had all the arguments. You've shouted at each other. You've personally abused each other.
Yes.
Right? You're passionate. You've raised some good points, but they've been mostly shouted out.
I just want to know how he would feel if his son comes back in a black bag like this.
No, you've shown us the pictures, right?
That's such a disgusting
By the way,
how would you like it?
Mohammed,
can we make sure this stays in the show?
I'd like it as much as the pictures.
My son, you know how low that you get? You attack Ben Shapiro's wife. You're not a real man. Real men don't attack women. Real men don't tell us that 5-year-old girls can have sex. Real men don't speak about another. Yes, you did. You said it on my Instagram. Don't say that 5-year-old girls creep you best and should have sex.
Why are you getting angry with them?
You are talking about my son because you're not a real man. You're a bully. And if you really believe, in your martyrdom, you would not be in the safety of a studio in London.
You can
not bring up my son. Do not bring up Ben Shapiro's wife. Stop picking on women.
Imagine this is Mendy.
Stop. See, you want a civil debate, but imagine a man saying that your son is dead.
Listen,
you have no morality. You have no decency. You have no goodness. And this debate is over because this man is here to speak about my sex life. He's here to say my son's going to die. He is a Jew hater. He's an anti-Semite. He's an Islamist. And the fact that this debate has gone along this way, allowing him to evade every question.
You come from European extraction. Are you Polish? Are you Polish?
My father's from Iran, my friend. You know nothing about me. Okay?
You're Ashkenazi.
My father's from Iran. My father was raised around Muslims. And he didn't meet Muslims like you.
I'm more Semitic than you are. I'm more Semitic than you are.
What is the point of it?
The fact that he's been allowed to offer fabrications of Jews killing 3 million people. The fact that he's allowed to offer fabrications that have no source, that the idea of his killing 1,000 to 1. The fact that he's been allowed to tell his lies is a travesty of this show. It's a travesty of the media. The fact that he has not been challenged by you, Piers, is unacceptable. He has evaded every question. The fact that he's allowed to talk about my sex life, Jewish sex life, he's obsessed with people's sex lives. This is a travesty. And the fact that you're not ashamed and the fact that you are not ashamed of how you humiliate Islam. Islam is a great world religion.
You know what, Rabbi Shmuley?
And Muslims should reject this man, not me, not the rabbi. Muslims should reject this man.
It would be a lot easier for me to challenge him, which I have done repeatedly, and actually
you let him evade.
Here, his answer. If you allowed me to do my job rather than shout over every single thing
he was interviewing you, Piers. From the first second, he was asking you questions.
No, I wasn't.
He was asking me a perfectly legitimate question, which I was trying to answer, but you kept shouting, as you have done for the entire show.
This is not a debate.
When you say
a debate that talks about my sex life, attacks women, says my children are going to die. This is not a debate.
Put the pictures down.
This is a man who cannot debate. He has to bring in these pictures. Why don't you make arguments instead of showing pictures?
Rabbi Shmuley,
drama. Why do you have to show these pictures?
Why don't the pair of you?
Why don't you care about Muslims being killed by Hamas for 17 years, stealing their money?
Should we just forget this?
Why doesn't it bother you that Ishmael Haniyeh is worth $4 billion?
Shall we? Do you want to even conclude this? Because it's pointless.
It's not me that's speaking.
I mean, in a way, what do either of you think you've achieved with this?
I'll answer
that.
I'll answer.
Constant personal abuse.
I'll answer. Can I answer that question?
That's a rhetorical question.
I'll tell you what I've achieved. People like Islamists like Mohammed Hijab, and you can answer. If you don't interrupt me, I'll finish with this, and then you can speak. They believe that Israel is going to disappear. They believe that we Jews are afraid of them. They believe that we Jews won't debate them. They believe that we tremble. He did a video last week where he said, did you see how they tremble?
Who's they?
I have seen. Who are they?
I was going to say Jews.
Then who did you mean?
So why did you...
Who did you mean? He meant the Jews. He won't even say
Anti-Semitism can't.
You know why I'm here? You know why I'm here? Wait, let me finish.
You know why I'm here? Anti-Semitism can't.
You know why I'm here? I'm here to show
to shut the debate down because you're weak.
We have stared down the Assyrians.
Your son the coward. The idea of coward.
We have stared down the Babylonians.
It might be like this.
We have stared down the Romans. We have stared down the Greeks. We will stare down Mohammed Hijab and the Islamists.
You go fight with your son.
Forever.
Go fight with your son.
We are the eternal nation. So you know what I've achieved? I've shown people like him that we are going nowhere. We're not afraid of them. We don't tremble. We're not afraid. And if we haven't achieved the constructive dialogue, we've tried with the Palestinians for 75 years. We offered them a two-state solution, 1936.
The moment when debate dies and primal fury takes over, threatening someone's child, even indirectly, is the ultimate line cross, and Rabbi Shmuley's parental rage was volcanic. His distinction between Muslim and Islamist was surgical character assassination, essentially excommunicating hijab from respectable Islamic discourse. The anti-Semite declaration was delivered like a courtroom verdict that would follow hijab forever. Both men revealed their true selves here. Beneath the intellectual facades were two fathers whose children are caught in this conflict. Raw, unfiltered emotion that made for uncomfortable but absolutely gripping television.
My friend Mohammed. Go ahead, Mohammed.
Come on,
please.
Be a conversation, Shmuley.
You're wearing my favorite blue color. Of course I'll let you speak.
Fantastic. For that reason?
Yes,
brilliant.
Thank you.
What, just because I'm wearing the blue?
My mother loved that color. And she
I thought it would have been because of Israel, because you...
Oh, that's right. You wore the Israeli colors today. Can we shake hands?
No, please. I don't want to, because your hands are shaking. Your hands are
shaking.
I'm
sorry, but I mean, look how peaceful.
Why
you wouldn't shake my hand?
No, I'll shake hands with you.
You wouldn't shake my hand?
After what you said today about me, I can't shake your hand. But
after what you said about my sex life, and I'm shaking your hand.
Stop. I just want to say.
You won't shake my hand?
Let him speak.
You won't shake my hand?
Let him speak.
That's really sad. I guess there will be no peace.
You know, what he said there is a little bit telling, because you know the blue colors in Israel and all that kind of stuff. He defended Dershowitz, which was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, for that very reason, because he's a supporter of Israel.
I defended Dershowitz. Dershowitz and I fought over him going to Qatar. You don't know anything.
You wrote it on the Observer.
You wrote it on the Observer. Your abysmal ignorance is shocking. Me and Alan Dershowitz had a huge fight over him defending Qatar.
Did you go to the island?
Come on, guys. Get back to topic.
Did you go to the island?
Mohammed. Anyway, 20 years time.
Mohammed,
20 years time. No, I don't care about Alan Dershowitz. I know Alan Dershowitz. We're not going to use the stuff about Alan Dershowitz. Forget it.
What is your obsession with sex? I don't get it.
We're not going to use any. Both of you seem totally.
Sometimes the most powerful moments happen in silence. The handshake refusal was pure psychological warfare, denying basic human courtesy while cameras rolled. Rabbi Shmuley's Israeli colors observation was brilliant trolling, suggesting hijab subconsciously supports Israel while consciously opposing it. The sexual obsession callback was perfectly timed character assassination. In that single moment, viewers saw everything: pride, pettiness, and the fundamental inability to separate personal grievances from larger principles. The refusal to shake hands became a metaphor for the entire conflict.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
And he will not let anyone else speak. And if that's how these shows work, no. You are rude, you are a bully, you just are trying to interrupt people. I'm going to have a chance to speak, or there's no point in doing this show. He did this last time and you allowed him to, but I won't allow him to, because I will never be bullied by a bully.
At the moment,
let me be clear.
Wait a minute. No one's allowing me to answer your question.
Go ahead, sir.
And it's this. I believe Israel has a right to defend itself.
Okay.
I agree that they need to get rid of Hamas. Who are terror groups.
In this way?
Well, here's the quandary for me morally, right?
Why is that a quandary, though?
I'll tell you why.
With Hamas, it's not a quandary.
I'll tell you why. Because in war, when you declare war, as Britain did with the Nazis,
100-to-1 ratio.
No,
100
of course,
to 1.
There are
combatant to non-combatant ratio.
There are a far higher number of children in Gaza, proportionate to population, than almost anywhere in the world.
Piers,
so when they go after Hamas,
give me a chance.
Very sadly, Mohammed, let me finish.
No.
Very sadly,
you are the one who insisted on equal time. I never did, but you will not respect equal time.
I will come to you literally in 30 seconds.
He's going to ask you a question.
In 30 seconds, I'll come to you.
He's going to come to you afterwards.
Let me finish, please. I am in charge here, Mohammed. So my final point on this is, unfortunately, in war, civilians get killed.
100-to-1 ratio. 100-to-1 ratio.
Yes.
100-to-1 ratio.
Yes, they get killed.
No, not 100-to-1 ratio. It's an unacceptable ratio.
Get killed.
Piers, listen.
Rabbi Shmuley, in you come.
You know, Piers, can I say respectfully, and I mean this as no insult, I'm amazed that you're intimidated by this man. I feel, well, with all due respect, if I can speak, if I can speak,
I wouldn't bring him back if I was intimidated.
If I can speak.
And he raises a very valid question, by the way.
No, he does not, because I have, before he did this debate, he went on X on Twitter and said, I'm only doing it if there's equal time. And then he is violating that. I never asked for equal time. I just want to be heard. But he won't even let me be heard. Let me explain something to you. You said in a video the other day, and you can look me in the eye, you said that Jews are now trembling. Muhammad, don't.
Power dynamics exposed in brutal real time. Hijab's bully accusation was strategic. When losing the argument, attack the process. But his emotional breakdown proved the rabbi's intimidation point. The trembling Jews callback was devastating because it used hijab's own content as evidence of anti-Semitism. Two alpha males reducing themselves to playground politics while representing ancient civilizations. The meta-argument about speaking time became more heated than the actual issues, revealing how ego trumps ideology when pressure mounts.
A fact that many more Palestinian civilians, innocent people, are getting killed as retribution by the Israelis for what happened on October the 7th. That's indisputable, right? Their argument is that they're going after a terror organization, Hamas, and unfortunately in war, as Rabbi Shmuley correctly said about what Churchill did in World War II.
Churchill was wrong.
Churchill
was wrong.
Was he a war criminal?
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
Yes, he was. Churchill was a war criminal.
All the British people
who live there
was a war criminal.
Okay, and George VI was George VI war criminal.
All of them war criminals. Yes, of course.
So anyone hang on, Rabbi Shmuley. Let me ask. So let me get this straight. You think
collective punishment?
You think Winston Churchill
was a war criminal
in standing up to the Nazis
by killing the
who
babies?
Killed 12 million people.
I believe he was a war criminal.
That by doing what he did was a war criminal.
By killing in Dresden and Hamburg. By the indiscriminate killing, collective punishment. My morality says that's impossible.
Okay, that means the British people who supported him and voted him in, they were also...
My morality says that's impossible.
Just a second.
That's what I believe.
But the British people...
You believe he was a war criminal?
Yes.
So therefore, your belief is that no retaliatory action...
No, you can retaliate to the man, not to the babies.
Tell me a war in history...
Yes.
...where civilians haven't been killed.
No, I'm not saying civilians haven't been killed. It's
just
about this ratio.
Or
it's about the ratio. It's about the ratio.
What is the ratio?
What about the ratio?
100 to 1 is unacceptable.
Actually, morally,
100 to 1 is unacceptable.
Actually, morally,
you accept.
Okay,
101 is an invention.
Hang on, Rabbi Shmuley. So let me give you a ratio.
Yeah.
How many people did the Nazis kill?
I don't know.
You don't know.
We know they killed 6 million.
They killed 12 million people.
I don't know. We don't know.
Including 6 million Jews.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
So
12 million
how many died in Dresden? How many civilians died in Germany? Do you know?
I don't know exactly.
Right. So you don't actually know what you're talking about.
I do know what I'm talking about because I know in Dresden and Hamburg.
You said it's about you. Unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, go ahead.
Unless I'm wrong. You said it's to do with the
ratios.
The ratios.
Yes.
But you don't know the ratios.
I know for a fact.
You call Winston Churchill.
What are the numbers?
Dresden and Hamburg.
What are the numbers?
Wait a minute, Rabbi Shmuley. When you call Winston Churchill a criminal,
I believe
for basing it on ratios, you don't even know what they are.
No, I know. There's difference of opinion among the scholars.
No, there isn't.
There is difference.
Tell us the opinions. What are they? Tell us what they are.
Hold on.
How many in Dresden?
Excuse me. Stop speaking.
How many in Dresden?
Am I speaking to him or you?
How many in Dresden?
Whatever the number.
You don't know
if
at all.
It's indiscriminate, I'm against it.
No, he doesn't. Dresden's about 25,000. And at the time, the Germans were saying 250,000. We know it's about 25,000 today. Let me be clear. Winston Churchill was the greatest statesman of the 20th century. He saved the world from Nazi terror.
Yeah.
That you could live in a country that is only around today because of the bravery of that man showing no gratitude is the height of...
Stick on topic.
And to call all the British people who defeated the Nazis, stop interrupting me, defeated the Nazis, war criminals, his parents, all the other people, war criminals, is wrong. No, let me be clear. Let me be clear. Mohammed Hijab.
Historical heresy delivered with unshakable conviction. Calling Churchill a war criminal on British television takes either massive courage or spectacular stupidity, probably both. The rabbi's Churchill defense was patriotic fury meets historical reality, making Hijab look ungrateful for the freedom to even voice such opinions. The casualty ratio battle exposed both men's weaknesses, Hijab's uncertain knowledge and Rabbi's passionate bias. When historical heroes become debate weapons, intellectual discourse has officially died. Absolutely riveting television that had British viewers either cheering or throwing things at their screens.
Is the IDF a terror?
Okay, beautiful. I'll answer your question directly. Hamas is as much a terrorist organization. No, Hamas shouldn't be called a terror organization if the IDF isn't. Why? Okay. Because if it's either both or not. Either both or neither.
Okay, but just to extrapolate your position, because you believe the IDF is, then you're also saying that Hamas is.
Let me tell you my position.
Say it. Say it.
Am I going to speak?
Rabbi Shmuley, let me get the answer.
The unholy Shmuley won't let me speak.
Right, I'm asking you a question.
My answer is the first rhyme you did the whole time. Maybe we could be friends.
Let me ask
Shmuley. Let me answer.
Given you've already stated you believe the IDF is a terror organization.
Yeah.
Am I to assume that you believe...
Legally or morally?
Well, hang on.
Go on.
Am I to assume that you believe Hamas is now?
No, this is my position. But you have to give me 10 seconds at least to answer, right? Legally, I think you shouldn't call Hamas a terrorist organization if you're not calling IDF a terrorist organization. That's my position.
But you do both. Call them terror organizations.
Hold on.
Let him answer.
Hold on, let me finish. Because as we said, the UN definition of what a terrorist organization is to kill civilians in order to achieve a political objective. However, on a moral and theological, philosophical level, I agree with Rosalind Higgins, who was the justice of the International Criminal Court, right? The Court of Justice, ICJ, a British justice. By the way, she was a Holocaust survivor as well. She was Jewish, and her position is that she believes that the word terrorism or terrorist is actually useless, and she says that it's. I'm putting to her.
Can you answer my question?
He's going on for 10 minutes just to evade the question.
Let me finish. So I'm answering your question. So I'm saying that as a moral construct, I think it's a neo-colonial social construct used by people in order to label some people as terrorists and other people as well. So as a moral category, I don't designate it as a moral category.
As a legal category. Do you believe, you personally, Mohammed Hijab, do you believe that the IDF and Hamas are both terror organizations?
I think yes. If you say yes to IDF, you should say yes to Hamas. If you say no to IDF,
I'm asking you what you
Hamas
believe.
is a terrorist organization.
What you believe.
If you say yes to IDF, you can say yes to Hamas.
I'm asking you what you believe.
Yes, I believe legally, according to the definition, if you say yes to Hamas, you can say yes to the IDF.
Piers, we could go on for the next.
We are going to the next.
But if you say no to the IDF, you can't say
it's fine. We're going to the next. We're going to the next block. But that's interesting.
But morally, I don't believe the category has any weight.
No, but you have.
Morally, it has no designation.
But you have made your position clear.
Absolutely.
Which is that you believe they're both terror organizations.
I believe that according to the law, absolutely.
Okay, and that's interesting to me. Okay,
but I have to say,
wait. Let's come to
when you call the IDF a terror organization, the IDF keeps 1.8 million Arabs alive in Israel.
To one ratio.
Hamas, this is invention. It's a
intellectual honesty meets strategic suicide. Hijab's decision to call both sides terrorists was either admirably consistent or politically catastrophic. His legal distinction versus moral rejection of the term showed sophisticated thinking, but horrible optics. The source battle over casualty ratios revealed both men's preparation levels, rabbis' superior fact retention, versus Hijab's theoretical frameworks. When academic credentials become weapons and footnotes become ammunition, you're watching two professors having a very public nervous breakdown. Fascinating for policy nerds, exhausting for everyone else.
fabrication.
Actually, the Arab Higher Committee, which represented the voice of the Palestinian people, agreed with the conclusions of the Peel report. In 1947, the Arab League agreed with the conclusions of the Peel report. He doesn't know that because there's
no truth to that.
No, I'll give you the sources. Excuse me. I'll give you the sources.
The Mufti of Jerusalem, Al-Husseini, said we will never accept it, and then he moved to Germany and lived with Adolf Hitler. That's the truth. The Mufti of Jerusalem, who was the leader,
let me give you the sources. Let me give you the sources.
This is pure fraudulence. It's not true. The Mufti of Jerusalem was a Nazi, and he rejected it, and they all followed him. He was a Nazi, correct?
No, he did.
He was a Nazi. The Mufti of Jerusalem was a Nazi.
He wasn't a Nazi. He shook hands with Hitler.
No, he went to live with Hitler.
I don't know if he lived. I don't know if he lived with him.
Forgot about that.
No, I don't know if he lived with him.
He moved to Germany.
You know, this is all completely unwatchable.
I know.
People at home are just going, what is the matter with these two guys? What is the matter with you?
He wants my nation not to exist, and I want my nation to exist.
Why can't you try and have some civilized dialogue?
No, because I'm answering his questions.
You can't.
Let me speak.
Neither of you can.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. I'm not interrupting him. I'm saying
you didn't interrupt me.
You've both done it to each other the entire show.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. In 1936 to 1937, you have the Peel. He said, what's the source? The source is the Encyclopedia of Palestine. So the source is the cablegram, which you can find on the UN website in 1947. I'll tell you the days. On the 15th of May, 1948, which is when one day after the State of Israel was established, according to the UN website, which you can find on the public records, a primary source material, that the Arab League said that we consider the conclusions of the Peel report as acceptable. And
in 1948, they said that? 5 Arab nations invaded Israel the next day in the War of Independence.
Great. Let me tell you why.
1% of the entire Israeli population were murdered by the Arab armies.
Fine.
Did you just say they accepted the State of Israel? Did you really just say that?
I did say that. I said that.
You just said that in 1948 the Arabs accepted the State of Israel.
I'm giving you sources.
Does this show up any credibility at all?
Let me give you sources.
Academic warfare at its most brutal. Hijab's historical claims were either brilliant revisionism or spectacular ignorance. The rabbi's challenge forced him to provide sources in real time. The Nazi accusation was perfectly timed character assassination by association. When historical footnotes become fighting words and primary sources become weapons, you're watching two scholars having a very public breakdown. The desperation to prove intellectual superiority while personal hatred burned was both pathetic and absolutely captivating.
All right. Can I ask Mamba one question, please? You said Oslo 1, Oslo 2. May I ask you one question?
I don't know if I want you to answer me any question.
Well, you don't have to answer. But
so this is the point. This is a myth.
How much of the Palestinian population in the West Bank, as you call it, is controlled right now by the Palestinian Authority? What percentage of the Palestinians are under Mahmoud Abbas? You won't answer it. You don't know, do you?
None of it, because all of it is
he doesn't even know. No. Answer how many are controlled?
None of it.
Not according to Mahmoud Abbas.
No.
You know the answer is? 97%.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
97%.
Do you know what it's like?
I'm going to end the show by you both having a minute, uninterrupted.
Sure.
To summarize, right?
Let him go first, it's no problem.
How you think we move on from here? Because clearly anyone watching this is going to see two completely intractable sides, right? This is what I see on Twitter all day long.
Right.
I see people on the Israeli side and on the pro-Palestinian side, and they scream at each other all day long, right? They say some things that are right, some things that are wrong. As well. Whatever. There's this kind
You'll get you involved in it.
Well, you both said to me before we sat down, I don't want to speak out of
absolve himself.
Speak out of turn, but you both said to me independently.
So now it's the two of us ganging up on him.
Well,
finally, okay.
You both said to me before we started, you said that the American Jewish community were very pleased with what I'd done on this show.
They are.
And you said that the Muslim world pleased with what I'd done on the show, and I took that as a perfect extrapolation of what we've been trying to achieve, which is giving both sides a voice and a platform. And
so let me do my minute.
What has not worked is bringing you together like this, because actually it's been an ear-thumping, screaming match. So you're now going to get a minute each to sum
The victim card played at the worst possible moment. Hijab's 2-on-1 complaint revealed paranoia and weakness just when he needed to appear strongest. The Palestinian Authority question was a trap he walked straight into, admitting ignorance about basic governance facts while claiming expertise. Rabbi's statistical superiority became another weapon in his arsenal. When even the summary becomes controversial, you know these two men are incapable of agreement on literally anything. The audience was watching two people so committed to winning that they'd rather destroy each other than find common ground.